Are really long. Hey, little mama, you can't hear me. Can you hear me now?
Let me know, little mama, if you can hear me. Okay, good deal. I don't know what's going on today, and I just said some really funny crap. I'm kidding. But anywho, hey, Miss Pat, little mama. Okay, good deal. I had to turn my Bluetooth off. I guess it was going through my radio. I don't know. But anyway, I am, like I said, on my way back up to the cabin to my mom's because I forgot my husband's Trulicity shots for his diabetes. So I think today's the last day. Well, he could miss it, but they say if you miss, you have to go start all over. He's supposed to take it on Sunday. Hey, Mercedes girl, good morning. Hey, Miss Ann, good morning. Good morning. You guys, I don't know. I was watching. I don't know who. I don't know if it was Granny's watching. I guess Granny's watching this live. I don't normally watch her, but I just clicked over there. No, I don't know who I was watching. Anyway, they were doing, oh no, I'm sorry. Earth posted a video about. There's two sides to every story, which there is. I agree with that. But it was about the fallout between the Jerks and Ziggy. And I watched Queen Bees yesterday and them cover that. And I just want to say this. I think they're both wrong. Both parties are wrong. And I don't care who had who first, who contacted whose family member first, or who did it because the other one did it. It doesn't matter. They're both wrong. Nobody should be reaching out to anybody's freaking family members that are not on YouTube, and especially children. I mean, damn. How many times does it have to be said before people start understanding and grasping it? Now, I get, until it happens to you, you don't know what you'll do. And I'm not going to say, you should, I'm not going to say that because I'm going to be honest with you. When that crap with Sloppy Molly fell out, I had some really evil thoughts come through my mind. And I wanted to, blast her and put some dirt out there that I knew I could, but that's not who I am at the core. And I think if anybody would take a couple of days to think about things and let it resonate within your soul, that you'll make a different decision than you would initially on the fly. I haven't always done that, and I just think it's something that you should practice, because I'm telling you, if I give myself a couple of days, I generally come to a different decision than I did when I initially got triggered or whatever the problem was. Hey, Ryan, welcome. Thank you, babe, for joining. Listen, you guys, I'm not perfect, and God knows I've made my share of mistakes and continue to. And look, I'm not a fan of Laura's. I try to like Laura, but Laura says some stupid stuff in my opinion. And but I have to say, if I can say it without getting emotional, I watched a video this morning where she went to visit Jonice. And for all those you that don't know, Jonice is a creator that's been around for as long as I can know, that I've been around. And she has been diagnosed with cancer, And I think her doctors have given her, 4 to 5 months to live. And she's been fighting it. She's got a little girl, a husband, and sorry. Laura went to see her. She had never been to Red Lobster, so Laura took her, and it was so sweet to watch. But Laura posted a video of where she interviewed her after they got through eating. And all I can say is, if you can watch that and not have things register in your head that what's important in life and what's not, then I think you need to do more than just watch a video. That was a beautiful, touching, hard to watch video. Sorry, guys. Jonice has never been nothing but nice to me, and I have extended kindness toward her because I have no reason not to. I remember one of the last things she said to me was, "I love you." We were in chat, and it's just, I don't know how people can't watch something like that. And I, and this is, speaking with both sides of my mouth here. If I'm not mistaken, after Laura did this, she had done, I don't think, she had not posted a video yet, I don't believe, but she was on her way back, and she said some stuff about Alicia, guys, questioning her cancer again, or whatever the circumstances. Look, that goes both ways. Her and Alicia went back and forth, and I've made my feelings very known about how I disagree with what has been going on and between those two, and the back and forth. I don't agree with it. I have not ever agreed with it. It's not a pissing contest about whose cancer is worse, who's got more cancer, who's got to have chemo. It's not about that. I mean, dang, it's not about that. But as grateful as I am for Laura for going and doing what she did, and just, gosh bless that she did that. She should feel good about herself. You know what I mean? I hope she does. But to be able to strike a live up on the way home and to go at somebody else, I don't care if it's Alicia, who it is, to go at anybody else in a negative way after visiting and seeing someone that she had just saw, it is mind-boggling to me. I personally couldn't do it, and I just think that it taints the whole damn visit. I mean, that should put things in perspective for everybody. I don't think there's one person on this platform or that watch us that hasn't been touched in their real life by cancer in some form. And it sucks. I mean, it absolutely, nobody is exempt from that. Nobody. And it has no problem taking prisoners. Cancer, I'm speaking of. So, hey, Mercedes girl. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, no matter where you fall, in this community, on what side of the fence you're on, or that video, and Jonice kissing her little girl it just ripped my heart out. I couldn't help but think of that little girl, what she was going to be missing in the future, not having her mom, and it's just how hard it must be. I watched this family, Jenny Appleford. She passed away a few months ago with cancer, and her husband Kyle has been struggling so hard to get back to a normal, and Mercedes girl, like you, I too lost my dad to cancer. It's been about 13, 14 years ago, but it's still, like you said, one of the hardest things I've ever been through. And, I don't wish that on anyone. I don't wish that on anyone. having cancer or having to be the family that goes through it, I agree, Susie. I agree. But, I heard Jonice say that, she really wanted to meet Laura. And I'm very grateful that she got that. I'm glad that Laura was able to afford her the chance to go to Red Lobster and let her enjoy that. I'm so thankful for that. So, and I'm thankful that Jonice was in the, having a good enough day that she was able to go and do that. So, having said that, how can you strike a live up and go at anybody? Makeup Monster, Alicia, anybody. How can you experience something like that and then, fire live up and be negative? I just wish she had not done that. I mean, hell, wait, do it on the next live, the initial, I don't get it. I don't get Laura. I never have got Laura. I never will get her. You know what I mean? She says some stupid things. And so, but anywho, hey, One-Eyed Flo, long time no see, sugar. Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year to everyone. But what I initially struck my live up for was I had watched Earth's video about, being two sides to a, not one side is right, about the jerks and Susie, Ziggy, which I don't watch either one. I have to say I know of both creators, both sets of creators, but as far as watching them, I don't. But I know enough of, through the streets that I kind of know where they stand on things, So, and I watched Queen Bee yesterday. I think it was yesterday or the day before, but where she played out, where they had family members on, Ziggy talked to somebody, 6up's ex-husband, and the jerks did a memorial about Ziggy's life partner and, the deceased life partner, and I guess had her children on. It doesn't matter. I don't care who reached out to who first, who did it first. It doesn't matter if they both are wrong. Because look, whenever that happened to me with Sloppy, I could have went to her level, and I come really close to it in some of my videos. But I didn't stoop that low, because what good would it? In my opinion, all that would have done was, first of all, make me equal to her, and I am way above Sloppy Molly's as far as integrity and morals go. That wouldn't have done anything except be fodder, and that's not who I am. No good would have come from it. So, hey, more than enough. Good morning. So I just think it's sad that, real life people, your real life are being touched by people that are, reaching out to your children and to your ex-husband. I mean, come on. Who would have thought that your ex-husband was going to have anything nice to say about the ex? I mean, they're exes for a reason, right? Out of my 15 ex-husbands, wink, wink, I think I have 2 of them that would say nice things about me, and 2 out of 15 is not a very good number. I'm kidding. No, but really, for real, I mean, they're exes for a reason, right? You don't go to them for to collaborate a story or to be a character witness for you. That's stupid. And then, I don't know all the details about how it happened, but the jerks and having her, I don't know. I know they were all friends, and that's really, really makes it even more sad, if you ask me, that they were all friends, really close friends apparently, and Ziggy being part of the jerks or whatever, and then she fell off, and then for them to go to that, stoop to that level, and, it got as dirty as it gets. Look, you don't want to be friends with somebody, just part ways, man. Go away. You don't have to go away mad, just freaking go away. My first experience of the YouTube streets and people being done dirty was the More Than Enough right here in chat, when her and Sloppy Molly's friendship ended. It absolutely, I mean, behind the scenes was bad enough, but it absolutely did not have to come to YouTube, to the streets. and things were said, lies were said, hurt feelings, you know, hurt that can't be, fixed. It's still there. Was done, and all it did, in my opinion, was show who she really was. That was the beginning of seeing who someone really was. If you can hurt somebody that you once called friends and that you had in your home and stayed at your house, broke bread with, if you can go at somebody like that, in a way that was purely out of hurting someone as much as you could, that tells me a lot about who you are as a person. But anyway, what do I know, right? Most definitely, Mary, it fell off. It most certainly did. And I have to say, I don't miss her. You know what I mean? I don't miss the heifer around here. I'm glad that it's, you only hear her name every now and again. I don't miss her, and I'm glad she's gone. I felt like she abused enough people while she was here, and so I heard somebody say the other day that it seems like I haven't been around much since she left. Like, was that my only goal, was to get her gone? And no, absolutely. The reason I haven't been around very much is, for one, I go back and forth and stay with my mom quite a bit, and to be honest with you, all the crazy crap, there hasn't really been a reason to stick around. There's been not a whole lot of, what I've been seeing, all the mudslinging and shit. I'm just not down with. I'm too old to sling mud. Ryan, are you from Jilly Stream, Mercedes girl? Oh, I don't think Mercedes girls goes to Jilly. You talking about Jilly from the Philly? Jilly Willy? That Jilly? I don't know for sure, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't think Mercedes girls is goes over there. But I don't know. But I am, Ryan. I've been over to Jilly's, and I've extended the olive branch, and I have tried to fly the white flag, but she wasn't having none of that. She went right to sloppy Molly with my olive branch, but that's okay. Yeah, she's still around. I think. I don't know. I don't subscribe to her, but I saw her live or something. I saw something a couple of weeks ago. But have you guys had a chance to watch if you don't watch live, it's called Perplexed QT, I think is her channel, or something Perplexed. Jesus Christ, what about them, girl? But if you guys haven't watched that, Jonice, if you can handle it, I implore you to go over there and watch it. It was very moving, and gosh, it just makes you want to, like reach through my phone and give her a big old hug. Her little girl is adorable. Curly hair. Reminds me of one of my little nieces. The curly hair. You guys, we had some freaking bad weather. We lost electricity Monday night for a couple hours, but holy moly, talk about wind blowing and cold and rainy. Now, I saw a thing the end of last week, and I haven't been able to find it since then. I keep trying to tell my husband about it, but it was like a future weather thing, and it said that the end of the month across the whole United States was going to be a huge ice storm, go through a whole wave, go across the whole United States, and they said that it's going to be electricity will be lost, and asking people to, say that they're giving you enough notice to try to prepare for it. And I was telling my mom about it. My mom said, well, how in the hell are you supposed to prepare for that? And I said, well, Mom, I think maybe like get generators, make sure you have gas to go in the generators, but hopefully it won't be as bad as they say it's going to be. But I hate that kind of weather, being from the south with the humidity. When I lived up north, when it was a dry climate, man, the cold was so different than it is here. Here to me, it's like a bone chilling cold with the dampness in it. A dry cold is much more tolerable, in my opinion, than a wet cold. That wet cold just gets you right to the bone. And me, when my tootsies get cold, I am cold. The only way I can get warm up is get my feet warm. So, but yeah, Miss Ann, our weather was bad too, man. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful day today, though. I was going to come yesterday and go pick. My husband he gets the Trulicity is for his diabetes, and he takes one a week, but it comes in a pack of 4, and they have to be refrigerated. Well, when we were getting ready to, middle of the week before I knew we were leaving, I went and put them in a bag and made a mental note. Don't forget these. Whatever you do, don't forget these. So, get home and I'm unpacking stuff, and it just hit me. And I called the doctor, called them some more in to our local pharmacy, but Jiminy Cricket, I wasn't going to pay $400. That's because the insurance wouldn't pay on it, because they just paid on it, for like 10 days before the insurance would pay for it. So I told my husband, I said, I'll just drive back up there and get them and come back. But so what else has been going on, guys? Anything else we need to talk about? Any more world problems we need to solve? Oh yes, Miss Susie. My whole family is. Does he work for the power company where they live? My whole family. Well, I say my whole family. A lot of the men from my family. My dad retired with the power company in the town we lived in, and I was raised in. And my brother, gosh, he does the radio, like the tower work, and my brother-in-law. I've just got nephews. They all work. A lot of them work for the power company. So very, very. We've had several good friends, be linemen, that have been electrocuted and passed. We've lost them. So it's a very dangerous job, and I'm sure if it's across the United States, like it showed on the map I was looking at. I know a lot of the bigger towns that have bigger crews, they will be taking those guys and going to, more areas that are going to be hit harder, So, but yeah, I had a live scheduled for yesterday. I was going to cover Southern Pine Electric Power Association. Is actually a co-op. That's where the power company that, um, you know, we have in the hometown. Now, it used to be the only power company that was around. And Mississippi Power was the first to give them a little competition. That was the first, but they only did certain areas. But now Entergy and Mississippi Power is still a candidate, and then Southern Pine. But it depends on your location as to what areas those three companies service, So, but yeah, I was going to do a live. I had one scheduled, but I canceled it because my husband stayed home from work. He wasn't feeling good yesterday. But about how the damn crap in Jackson or Rankin County, where they found 215 graves behind the jail, blows my mind, And about Rasheen Carter, that young man that was, in my opinion, lynched and done awful in Taylorsville, the little town I was raised in. Just so sad. I don't know how we could be in the year 2024 and shit like that still happens. As far as, wow, Miss Ann, that's a lot. Good deal. We have a generator, and I tried to it's up at our cabin. I told my husband, I said, you better bring the generator home. I said, because there's supposed to, I told him about what I saw about the weather. I said, it's supposed to be bad weather, and he sleeps with the CPAP. And once he discovered the CPAP, and it really changed his life as far as his sleeping, he he can't even take a nap without it. I mean, he is like, I could, oh Lord, I feel like I was telling my niece the other day, I said, I feel like I need to have a backup, you know what I mean, in case, God forbid, something was to happen to the one he's got, because heaven forbid, he is dependent on that thing. But gosh, those things are so dang expensive, man. Plus, you got to have them calibrated to whatever pulmonologist you use, or the sleep study place. They, they have to set it for how much air comes out and all that stuff. So, but anywho, I told him, I said, you better bring the generator home. I told him that 2 or 3 times. Well, we got home. I asked him, I said, do you want me to help you unload the generator? And he said, no, I didn't get it. And I said, okay. Well, then not before that, we lost power for several hours, and it was in the middle of the night. And he said, gosh, I'm not going to be able to sleep now. I don't have my CPAP. And I said, well, I hate to say I told you so. He said, I know, I don't want to hear it. He said, I don't want to hear it. Yes, ma'am. My brother bought, he has a solar, he just bought it. I don't know. He has a solar generator he bought not long ago. And I don't know, I remember him telling me that it really, I don't know, the benefits, the pros and cons about it. But from what he said, it don't store a whole lot of electricity. I don't know. I was surprised, because as big as it is, I really expected it to be able to, I think he said it would run his home and his stuff, freezers and refrigerators and stuff. But like if it was during the summer, I don't think it would, run a central unit, or not efficiently anyway. But I'm not 100% about that. I was surprised though. There's a house down the road from where I live, and they have, like, the whole front of their house, the roof of it is covered in solar panels. And wow, Susie, I've got 2 freezers, and they're both filled to the rim. So that would be awful if you lose, power enough to where you lose all your stuff. Man, that's awful. But I gave myself a heart attack when we come back from our trip. I thought that the one inside my house, we have one in our garage and one in the house. I thought that one had gotten unplugged, and I realized it was unplugged, but it wasn't that freezer plug, but I thought it was. And I thought, oh shit, I haven't lifted the lid on that freezer. I hope to heavens. So I opened it, and that wasn't the plug, thank goodness. But I had a sickening feeling in my stomach just thinking that it had went out and I would lose all the stuff. I have all my meat in one freezer and my vegetables in one, and then the one in the house on the refrigerator freezer, that freezer, it's like, bread and things like that, pie crust and stuff like that. But let's see, what was I saying? I can't remember. It'll come back to me and get some of this coffee. But anyway, for it to have been as bad as it is, the weather is beautiful, beautiful blue skies today. Cold as heck, but I know, it was about the solar panels. Okay, all right, Miss Ann, it runs the whole. Well, that's good. It's wired in. Okay, that is awesome. Is it solar, Miss Ann, or is it just powered by fuel? But anyway, the house. I was telling my brother. I said, I bet the people that have those. I was telling him about them having all those solar panels on their roof, and if I ever catch anybody outside. They're actually a couple streets over from my house. But if I ever catch anybody outside, I'm going to stop and inquire about that. But my brother was telling me, and he works for the power company, but he was telling me that depending on, or around here, it's depending on, like, if it builds up a lot of, if they have if it's able to store a lot of juice from the sun or whatever, that the power company actually will buy it from an individual, will buy some of the power from them. You can sell it back to them. But, propane. Okay, gotcha. But I don't, and he was telling me that you gotta, I guess where the money comes in is in the ability to store the electricity. The solar panels can only do so much. It's how you store it and all that good jazz. So sounds like there's a lot more to solar panels. I know, the winters here have been, which I think this is probably going to be a hard one, they said, but comparing them to what they've been the last 5 to 10 years, what they were when I was a child, a youngster, it's like night and day. Night and day. It's almost like we don't have a winter anymore. I mean, it's the way it's been in the last 5 or 6 years. Maybe a month of really, really cold weather. But other than that, it's like the seasons are almost, just merging into one another to where it's hard to distinguish between summer, winter, and fall, which is fulfilling from the Bible if you are a believer. Okay, you guys, I guess I'm going to get off of here. I'm fixing to get to an area where my service is probably going to be wonky donkey. And I appreciate you guys coming in this morning and listening to me vent. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your week on this old humpity hump day. They say if you make it through today, the rest of it's all downhill. So, anyway, we're going to hope that it's all downhill and that it's a great week for everybody. But anyway, you guys, remember, stay humble and kind and give everybody a smile. It doesn't cost anything. Until next time, Diamond Cutter out.